And I have no idea how I messed this up. The grill's technically not even held in. And even though my phone is showing 1 bar of 4G, it is not working. Okay, here's today's project. It's our old 81 Chevy C30 pickup, and this pickup here probably hasn't run. I think it's now been over a year. Last time we used it was to haul wood pellets. That's what we heat the house with, is pellets. And we really just had no use for it. I have my little Mazda pickup, and we just drove it all last winter and summer. So I really just don't have a use for this pickup unless I'm pulling a trailer. But we're going to be needing to get some more wood pellets here within the next week. So we got the old pickup pulled around here, and we're going to do a little bit of work to it and get it running here after it's been sitting so long. Okay, we'll look over here real quick. And the old pickup's in fairly rough shape. It's just an old foreign pickup. It's acquired a load of junk on the back of it, so we're going to get that cleaned off here fairly soon. The inside of the cab, we used it just for storage, for chainsaws, since I have no buildings to put stuff in, and 2 bags of concrete and some other miscellaneous junk. As you can see, the seat's seen better days. I'm scared to even look behind it. And we had rodent issues in this pickup, and they did a number on the seat. You see the holes in the back of it, which is just lovely. The seat was in bad shape anyway, so this just adds to it. Anyway, as you can see, the door over there seen better days, and this old pickup, we put a lot of miles on it. I use it to haul a lot of old tractors back when I did the antique tractor salvage. And it's done really well. Here around the front, you see the grill's a little crooked. The grill's technically not even held in. It just kind of sits there. But it hasn't fallen out yet, so that's good. I'm going to open up the hood here. And the air cleaner was all closed up. I just opened it up here a little bit ago to see what's living in there. Luckily, nothing is living in there, so that's looking good so far. And then we got just a little bit of rat's nest and stuff around the edges. Nothing too bad. I've seen way worse. So this old pickup runs the old inline 6. It's a 292, which isn't a whole lot of engine for a 1-ton pickup, but it does work good. And it's pulled everything we've hooked up to it. Well, last year I hauled home 10,000 pounds of pallets on that gooseneck trailer there. And so this old pickup pulls really good. And it's always pulled anything we wanted, so I have no complaints with it. You can see here this top radiator hose is new. And that's because last year when we went to go get pellets, the old thing about, I don't know, probably 8 miles away, blew up the top radiator hose. And that's one of those times I wish I had a camera filming, because man, what a mess that was. We were heading down the road with it. When the hose blew, it instantly filled the whole cab full of steam. Couldn't see anything. Sounded like a gunshot going off when it blew up. And it just split that radiator hose, like clear down it, and just split the whole thing open. So that was an all-day event of waiting for a new hose to come in, want to pick up side and side the road and everything. So I do not want this to happen again, and I don't want to blow another hose. And I already ordered up a new bottom radiator hose here. So I'm going to go ahead and replace it and get ahead of the game. Because this hose here is quite soft. That's what the top one was too. Who knows how old they are. Might be original to the pickup. And I don't want to be stranded on the road again and be waiting for parts to come in. So, going to get ahead of the game. Put a new hose on it. And I'm going to put a new thermostat in it because we are currently not running the thermostat at all, because after the hose blew, we had troubles of it wanting to run a little bit hot. So on the side of the road, we pulled the thermostat out and just went with it, and it made it to the Tractor Supply, got the pellets, and made it home. So I have no complaints with it. Either way, the antifreeze in it is fairly new, so I'll see if I can't try to drain it out into a clean bucket and then just dump it back in. And once it gets the old pickup running, I might just take off with it down the road and run it for a little while and get the bugs worked out of it. And hopefully we have a smooth sailing trip to go get pellets. Okay, I got a hose stuck onto the bottom of the radiator on the drain. And I'm going to drain that into a clean bucket. While that's draining, I'm going to probably go ahead and get the thermostat housing pulled off. Okay, I think it is ready to start. Full of fluid. I put a ginormous battery in it. And got the air filter put in. I cleaned out the canister. I did give it a shot of gasoline inside the carburetor to hopefully prime it, and maybe it'll start up a little bit easier. It is full of engine oil. It is dark, but it is full. One I didn't check was passenger fluid. It's empty like always. So I'm going to go ahead and see if the old thing starts up. Okay, all honesty, the old pickup ran way better than I thought it would. And it obviously needs to be running and get all the bugs worked out of it. And I have no idea how I messed this up. But I was saying how easy these pickups are to work on and everything, and here I goofed up. Putting the thermostat housing together, and it's leaking. I don't think I waited long enough with silicone to set up, and so I'm gonna do it again. Anyway, I'll put this back together, and then we'll go take it for a test drive.
Day 2.
Okay, I believe we're ready for a test drive. I'm gonna go take it to town, which is about 4 miles there. So it's a good 8-mile round trip. I kind of tossed seat cover up on here. We just got it washed. And I haven't properly put it on, as you can tell. But it is better than what's underneath it. Ick. As you can see, the back still needs to be cleaned off. I'm going to tackle that here later on today. But it should all hold on tight for right now. And we'll go take it for a test drive. Okay, let's see if the oil vent starts up right here. We put a manual choke on this quite some time ago because the automated choke junked out on it. And the blinkers quit working, and we had something up here in the wiring we could not get it to work for nothing. So we got a handy switch here rigged up on the shifter for blinkers. So let's see if it starts up. And I forgot to put power steering fluid in. Really? It is liking that choke.
Eventually.
And apparently quit again.
One eternity later.
Okay, we're back on the road again. We quit again. Well, we made it further than before. And I believe we have battery cable issues. Got hit in the right spot. Okay, this is when you really don't think stuff through, because the battery I put in is way too tall. Obviously, way too big of a battery than what should be in here. Sitting crooked, being held by a bungee strap. I never thought of the height of it, which is why we burned off our cable ends and burned a hole in the hood, because apparently the hood was short down on top of the battery. Luckily, nothing caught fire, so You know, that's always good. Well then, I guess I'm going to make a call my brother. He can hopefully come get me. If not, got about a mile to walk home. So that's not too bad. So I guess I need to run to the hardware store, get new cable ends, and put a smaller battery in it. She'll be right. And even though my phone is showing I have 1 bar of 4G, it is not working. Okay, apparently standing here in the middle of the road, holding my phone as high as I can in the air, worked because my text went through. So now I just gotta wait. That's okay, it's nice just to hang out here and enjoy the view. It'd be better if I was on top of the hill, but I'm not gonna complain.
$2,000 years later.
Okay, and we got the pickup back running. We put in the correct size battery, new cable ends, and hopefully it goes better. I'm no longer needing to go to town since I already went to town in a little Mazda. So I'm going to circle the section on this and see how it runs. So far, I'm surprised how good the pickup's running. Seems to have fairly decent-ish power. Sometimes after it's been sitting like this, it doesn't really want to go and chokes up and stuff. Okay, it's all smoking here a bit because it has oil and gunk caked up on the engine. It always does that. Here's our properly sized battery with new cable ends. So hopefully I don't burn those off again. I guess we will just ignore the new hole in the hood. And we're going to call this a success. And I appreciate everybody watching. Don't forget to subscribe, like, comment down below, and I'll see you next week.